Hello, welcome to this course, and we will try to learn the basics of Git and try to learn the practical implementation of this technology and understand how you can use it in your project. Okay, so here are the topics that we will cover in this entire course. The first is basically the introduction, then we will download and install. We will learn some of the technology and UI interface of GitKrane. Then we will basically sign up and set up the SSH key. Next chapter is going to be initialize Git flow concept understanding, because this is going to be a pretty lengthy topic. But I will try to explain you with very uh, basic example which you can easily understand, and you will be able to learn how you can deploy it in your project. The next is CI and CD configuration and using the GitLab.yml file. CI is basically continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay, and then practical implementation of both of these concepts in the project. So that's what we are going to learn. Okay, so let's start with Git. Git is basically a distributed version control system. In a very layman's language, if you want to understand that what is distributed version control, before that I think you should understand what is version control system. What is version control system is basically, let's say you have a file and you want to add it, but you are making the edits over a period of time, and you want to log that what has been added, or uh, what are the changes that are being done in the file. If you want to keep a record of that, that's basically version control system. So you maintain the records of the changes in the file, but it's not just about uh, uh, maintaining the file and the log, but at the same time you will be able to actually see what changes are being made. And this is a fairly simple example that only one person is uh, making these changes. But in case of uh, you know in case of projects, basically it's not just one person who is editing one file, but it's basically multiple developers or multiple people who are editing the same file and keeping the log of all those changes and being able to see that who has made what changes is basically version control system. Okay, is distributed version control system. Okay, GitHub is one of the portal which allow you to create repositories. I think we will get to know more about it in uh, future chapters. So here this is a simple simple example of a distributed version control system. So there is a centralized place, for example GitHub, where you have repositories, and these are the repository cloned on this specific system, probably sorry, specific machines, and each user have their own working copies, and they basically make the changes and commit to servers, and all this history is being recorded, that what file has been changed, who made the changes. So this is really helpful in understanding that who has made the changes and what changes have been made. Okay. So this is Git. What is GitHub? Assume, let's say you are building a website and you have files, right? But to host those files, you need a server where you upload those files on the server, which is being hosted, which is being basically, which you can see when you try to access that server, right? So in our case, the files are being uploaded at a server. In here, we are saying that GitHub is one of the server where you can upload your files into the repository. And GitLab is not the only one, but GitHub is not the only one, but GitLab also the same kind of server where you can where you can create repositories and upload your files. Okay. Now, uh, in case of website, you upload the files using FTP, right? So that is called as a FTP client. In here, we use GitKrane, which is GUI Git client. Okay, so you can basically relate all these things. Git is the technology which enables version control system. GitHub and GitLab are basically your server or software which enables you to create repositories and see all those logs, which is all the logs or the history of the commits or the changes in the files. Then GitKrane is the client by which you will basically clone the repository, basically download the files, upload the files. This is how you can correlate both of them. So this was basic quick introduction about it.